Hello, everybody. My name is Daniel, and I'm here to talk about my testimony of evil. Uh, my evil was watching porn. Although I knew it was wrong, I turned the movie on and I got sexually aroused, and I waited to see if anything inside me would interrupt me. I mean, if I believe in God and I am a Christian, something inside me should come out. Some righteous bone in my body should say something. But nothing came out. Sex is real and it works in my body, and I gratify myself right after. A couple of times I needed to gratify myself, but the perpetrator was always me and not my body. I abused my body and myself. So the blame does not go to my body, it goes to myself. Afterwards, I smoked and tried cigarettes and tried to make sense of it. I came up with some ideas, but I did it again, looking for something to interrupt me. But again, nothing did. At the end, I was left with myself and what I had done, and me trying to make sense of it. I concluded that there must be an updated message to Christianity. I did this in the worst possible time in my life, but like I said, nothing stopped me. The other way to not do evil for me is to reject it in a unilateral way with no death to it. I don't see anything uh, after I've done evil but me and who I am and what I'm doing. I've never seen a demon or I've never seen the devil. I feel that I'm supposed to administrate myself in a Christian way. If I'm supposed to administrate myself in a Christian way, I believe that I should have everything at my disposal. For example, through experience, I'm 25 years old. I've experienced that the world has a hollow air to it. It's very void, very empty. And I believe that people should be aware of that so that when they reach a point in their lives that they come in contact with this air, they won't get scared. They won't get depressed. Another thing is that I choose a path. I chose a path, and as a human, that's what I do. I choose paths, and because we are under the law of God and under the law of men, we should choose the right one. There's nothing to evil other than it is a breach of the law of God, and it has natural consequences and effects. So I had lived my life differently and asked what evil was about. People should say it's nothing, it's just a breach of the law of God and nothing more. I get everything else I need the right way. I never saw the devil or a demon again. Although there have been a few discrepancies in my life where I see something that has nothing to do with me, and I am tempted to do it even if it is the last thing I would do. But it was transitory. Just recently it was to sell drugs to kids. I don't like drugs. It would be suicide to sell them. I want to be a cop. But in porn I tempted myself and couldn't and wouldn't stop myself until something stopped me. By the way, I also tempted myself to do porn. He evoked in me to do porn, just as someone would tempt a normal human being to do something that is wrong. And sure enough, there was nothing inside of me that would stop me. I did it pretty bad though, like a drone. I concluded we need a new message. There's a lack in Christianity, and that's why I sinned. Afterwards, I'm left with the images. One thing I do get is scared with regret due to my need to self-preserve myself. I am angry when I think about how I did it. At the end, I say, no answers, only ideas. Everything I did, I enjoyed because I needed it. Another thing sexual desire turns off, reason. There's no more to it than that. Well, I did evil in the worst way, and I didn't feel anything other than sexual gratification. So sex is a function like drinking or another activity. It works without evil. But definitely there's no understanding to be gained in doing evil. So I enjoyed it and I let my sexual needs take over. But again, sex works without evil. Evil then, like I said, is just a breach of God's law. So I say Christians and pastors and religious leaders, if they want people to follow God's law, they should update Christianity to the modern era. For example, I believe that the people, in the Bible, they have a message and they preach the message, but the message was catered to the people at the time, to the point where Christianity was a minority and not the majority. I believe times have changed, and I believe that because of that, there must be an update in Christianity for our modern era. There is understanding to be had. There's no understanding to be had from evil. I've done evil, and definitely there's no greater wisdom at the other end of the side. And I've done evil for a very long time. I've put myself as an experiment to see exactly what evil does to you in the long term. Of course, it was pornography, and there's nothing to be had. Another thing that I like to share with everybody is that something I've realized in myself is that I'm limited, that I can't fathom everything that I'm doing. For example, I give a homeless person $5 and I can believe in my heart that I did a good deed that day. But little do I know is that maybe that homeless person went and used that money to buy drugs. And that night, that specific night, he bought drugs and he scarred one of his family members for life. And if I had not given that homeless person, the $5, he wouldn't have made it that night to buy drugs. And so, in a way, I caused something evil, even though I believed in my heart I was doing something good. So I believe that there's only so much that you can fathom. We can do so many good things and so many bad things without actually acknowledging them or knowing or being aware that we're doing them. We're just limited that way. We're not clairvoyant, and we can't see through walls. It's just a point I wanted to share with everybody. I wanted to give my testimony to inform the young people and people that have never done evil what is out here. Just who you are, who you are before evil and who you are after evil. It's just you. There's nothing else to evil. It's just you. Before, after, during, it's just you. So if you can just look at yourself in the mirror, that's as much as you're gonna get from doing evil. So I know that by experience. I guess I like to say that the only thing that people should censure me about in my 21st century, at least my peers, is how much I enjoyed watching porn and masturbating to it. I guess that's censorable, because if I had not enjoyed it, well, that'd be a different story. But I did enjoy it. I guess that's the only thing you can really reproach me for. I believe that God will judge me one day. And I believe that I'm no better than the pagans that existed before Christianity. And I believe that if some of those pagans are in hell, I'd probably go to hell also. But if, those pagans are in heaven, then I will go to heaven also. I don't consider myself to be above the past generation. I feel nothing will be the same for me in my penance. I do penance. I get in a swimming pool for a couple hours just to redeem myself for past sins. But it's nothing like coming clean with God. It's just something that it's healthy for me, and I like to do it because it's good. Right now in my life, I'm just trying to give myself enough air, enough time, enough leeway to put an end to this chapter in my life of pornography. At the end of the day, for all those people that are interested in evil, I can find no answers. I only have ideas. So thank you. Thank you, everybody. Goodbye.